A new fiscal year begins at midnight here in Illinois. If a budget is not approved by then, the state will not have a way to pay its bills for many services, and that could hurt the state's most vulnerable people. Political editor Mike Flannery is in Springfield tonight following the negotiations.
Well, Dawn, there are indeed hundreds of millions of dollars in jeopardy that would be going to social service agencies all across Illinois, agencies that serve tens of thousands of Illinoisans. For now, though, one group of tens of thousands of Illinoisans who had seemed to face a potential threat of not having their paychecks, state employees here in Springfield and elsewhere, are being told by Governor Rauner that he wants those paychecks to keep coming.
We're going to do everything we can to minimize the disruption right now, make sure that everything functions as best we can while we get through this phase. We don't have a budget right now. We should and we could in a relatively short period of time. We're going to push hard. The people of Illinois deserve reform. We need to change direction. We can't only raise taxes. That would be the wrong decision for the people of Illinois. We get these reforms. The bills are drafted. They're ready to be voted on. We're asking that they be voted on, and we can solve this problem in a short order.
The governor made those comments to workers at the Illinois Emergency Management Agency as well as two other state agencies that he visited today, indicating that he wants to minimize the amount of disruption. He had been talking earlier about using disruptions and such potential shutdowns as leverage in political bargaining. House Speaker Mike Madigan, though, says it's not the Democrats' fault if that happens.
You know, you talked about June. We're in continuous session. The House will be in continuous session. We will be at work, available to work on these problems. We're here today, we're here tomorrow, we're here next Tuesday. Okay? So I wouldn't focus on the dates or the time. The House is in continuous session. Key issue, what are we going to do about the budget deficit?
However, there are people down here in Springfield who are focused on the date. This is the end of June. Tomorrow marks the first day of the 2016 fiscal year. And Dawn, Attorney General Lisa Madigan, as well as Illinois Controller Leslie Munger, have indicated that without an approved state budget, the state cannot spend money. So this is clearly going to court sometime in the next few days to see whether paychecks keep coming and other state funds that the governor would like to spend. However, those social service agencies are in a big crunch. It's going to get worse over the next 2 or 3 months. Back to you.
Well, Mike, we're going to talk more about that right now, because without that approved budget, the first to feel the impact will be the social services that serve tens of thousands who need the help the most, Mike. Let's turn now to Elizabeth Matthews. She's live at a vigil in Joliet.
And Dawn, this vigil was emotional for everyone involved, singing and praying for those in Springfield to pass a budget and to remember some of our state's most vulnerable residents.
Well, basically today is what we call doomsday. After tomorrow, programs are going to be cut, vital services for these clients.
A few dozen people poured into the new Canaan Christian Church in Joliet, hoping the power of prayer will be felt in Springfield.
You have to give it to God. We have faith that things will change.
Praying Tuesday night, Denise Wolf and her 39-year-old son, William, who suffers from brain trauma.
He's got the love, he's got the support, he's got the care of the professional people, and I have the support of the state to be able to stay home with him.
Denise says if a state budget is not passed, she will lose her state funding and have to go back to work.
My income is part of, and it always has been, a part of our mortgage payment and day-to-day life.
Most workers here are members of the Service Employees International Union, which represents health care and child care workers. If the state doesn't pass a budget, members say they won't get paid and won't be able to help their clients, who often become more like family.
I work more hours than I'm supposed to work because I care for her. I fell in love with her.
For the past 3 years, Helen Brown has been at her client's side.
The people are worried about their job. They worry about how they're going to take care of their families.
Home child care worker Sharon Norwood says the state has paid through June, but next month she worries about her clients.
Let's face it, if these children don't have these vital services, some of them just won't eat. Bottom line.
So what do these workers do next? They say, well, they keep working and hope they get paid. Dawn.
Elizabeth Matthews, thank you.